Wake up.
For donuts.
Wake up.
I flashed and said, wow, pretty far out. I thought it was pretty far out.
Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up.
Wake up. Wake up, everyone. Wake up. Welcome to J is for Justice. Thank you, Shell. Hello, Potato. Hello, Shell. Hello, Angie B. We have a press conference coming up. This is about Parkland. I don't have the right. It's on at 10:30, so I'm keeping an eye for it. Welcome to J is for Justice. We are here to watch the next update of the Long Island serial killer. If anybody knows where it is live right now. I don't know if they're live yet or not. I know they're set up. If you guys can tell me what channels are streaming it. Right now, I know Fox Live is going to go to it, so we'll stay here for right now. Let me see who is in chat here. Well, good morning to you. I am so straight out of bed right now. It's not even funny. Now you're awake? I thought it was pretty far out. It's only 10:27, so we've got a few minutes. This case, they're going to identify another victim. Crazy, crazy. And Rex Heuermann's wife, I was reading a little bit about this. Rex Heuermann's wife said that her home was totally trashed, that her walls were destroyed, her couch was shredded, all these things. Like, her house is not livable. What do you guys think of that? Because I watched, do you guys watch Surviving the Survivor? Love that channel. They had BTK's daughter Carrie on, and an FBI guy, and the lady from London, I can't remember her name. Awesome panel about this case. And Carrie is there, like, she's going to start supporting families when things like this happen. Because she was telling her story. Her family didn't get any follow-up at all from the FBI. Angie thinks they should fix it. Well, I mean, the house was debilitated before, so I don't know what condition it was before. I know. Thank you so much, Shell. I did see that Surviving the Survivor had an event for this morning, but I was like, I didn't see it anywhere else. Thank you so much. Shell's like, Jennifer! I got a Jennifer this morning. I was like,
wake up.
So thanks to Shell, we are live this morning. This was unplanned, so thank you for being here. We're just waiting for it to begin. And it has not begun yet, so we are in waiting mode on every channel. Uh-oh, your membership expired. Uh-oh. General Sorrow, Globalism, Kim68. Carrie, hello. Everybody that has helped with the Next Star thing, I'm going to get to each and every one of you individually. You guys are all going to get a special gift from me for helping me. I don't care how much you donated. If you donated $1, you're going to get a special J for J gift. So I will get to each and every one of you individually, but I just wanted to announce that with everything that I've raised from you guys and the money that I have, we are like $500 away from the goal. I need 500 more bucks. Just Samantha, did you see the DA interview on Newsday? 3 victims will get their name back very soon, and then they scheduled this. 3? No, I didn't. Y'all are all going to get a present because you're saving my butt. You're saving my butt from having to spend thousands more that I don't have. So prezzies are definitely in order. Independent. Here it comes. Here they are.
Like that? Yeah, sure. Wherever everyone's comfortable. Good morning, everyone. We're here. I'm here with our fellow task force members to announce the identity of what has formerly been known as Fire Island Jane Doe. On April 20th, 1996, female remains consisting of legs and feet were found on the bayside shore of Fire Island, about a mile west of Davis Park Beach. Then, approximately 15 years later, on April 11, 2011, additional remains consisting of a skull were discovered at Tobay Beach in Nassau County. That skull was found following the discovery of the remains of Jessica Taylor, and the skull was found on the same day as the remains of what is commonly come to be referred to as Peaches was found on Jones Beach. Thereafter, in July of 2011, the Suffolk County Crime Lab linked the two sets of remains via DNA analysis. And by that I mean the legs that were found in the vicinity of Davis Park Street in Manhattan, and was believed to be working as an escort at the time of her disappearance. There was no missing persons complaint filed at the time of that disappearance. In August of 2022, approximately 6 months after we formed this Gilgo task force, a DNA profile suitable for genealogical comparison was developed from the remains of Karen Vergata. In September of 2022, the FBI was able via a genetic genealogy review to identify Ms. Vergata presumptively as Fire Island Jane Doe. Thereafter, in October of 2022, using a buccal swab from a relative of Karen Vergata, we were able to definitively identify her. Prior to disclosing this information, of course, we needed to contact all of Ms. Vergata's family members, and additionally, at or around the same time, we were beginning our grand jury confidential investigation into what has been known as the Gilgo 4, that is the murders of Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello. So we decided we were not going to make any public comment at this time. However, since that Sheriff Errol Toulon, ASAC Spencer Horn from the FBI. I want to thank the New York State Police, Suffolk County Police Department, Rodney Harrison, who couldn't make it here. I understand Chief Rowan is here in his place instead. But I want to thank them for not only their work on this case, but for all their work in the task force going forward. It's important to note that there are no charges at this time. Ms. Vergata's disappearance was in 1996, which is 27 years ago. We are going to continue to work this particular case as we did the Gilgo 4 investigation. We're going to have no comment on what, if any, suspects we developed at this time. This is a confidential investigation, so I'm not going to be taking any questions. But our investigation is continuing, and thank you all very much. No questions. If you want to talk about something regarding the Gilgo 4, I'm happy to talk offline to you. But today, this press conference is about Ms. Vergata, and that we've been able to identify her, and that we're continuing our investigation not only with regard to the Gilgo 4, but all of the victims on Gilgo. So thank you all very much.
Can you detail why this is significant? Cause of death?
There's nothing else you can say about Ms. Vergata?
Where's she from?
Yep.
Hey, so folks, Shannon, our deputy press secretary, has a digital version of this, so she can send out to y'all. We can either do it just to our press list, which you probably are already on, or if you want to give your emails, we can do it individually, but that'll take forever. So, but we'll get you the actual digital version too.
Clear. I want to take a clear it, guys. Guys.
So Tanya Lopez is she's out today, but Shannon Wilson is our deputy press person. But you can just email our press box.
Is that Rex's attorney, the bald guy standing there?
I apologize, but it's been like a firehouse. Yeah, so we'll. He's not going to come back out.
That was it. I get it, General. Yeah, why did they do that? I think the reason they're doing that, this is just a guess, is that because of the shit show that this case has been with law enforcement, that they want to be as transparent as they can, if that makes sense. Is this Newsday interview on YouTube or on Newsday? I think that was his lawyer. It looked like him. You know, the big black terabyte guy. So I think because they have been under so much scrutiny for not making an arrest and not doing anything on this case prior, that I think this whole new crew that is, investigating is trying to be opposite of that. Just a thought. And Samantha, if they had other names, remember he said they had to contact next of kin. So they could be trying to, hi, Peaky. I want to thank Peaky. I want to thank everyone that's donated, you guys. You are saving me thousands of dollars and a headache. I only need $500 more. I've put every dime I have, every dime I've raised into one lump sum, and I'm like just over $500 short. And I have until the end of the weekend, and that's it. So I want to thank everyone. I know Peaky, you sent something over. I want to thank you for that. And somehow I've got to get everyone's address that donated so I can send you something. So we will figure that out. I'll get names and emails, and then I'll send you an email and you can send me your address. We'll do it that way, so you guys don't have to think about it. Yeah, try to email it to me, Samantha. jisforjustice@gmail.com. Casey Marie, this is stemming from my Nexstar Media lawsuit. I owe fines, and they won't give any extensions. So, yeah, I had to kind of like, do I pay rent? Do I pay this? But if I don't pay it on time, then I incur more fees. So that's why. I just want to thank everyone. You guys are so generous. We have some true angels here in this community. Just Mike's. I don't know if you're here. Thank you so much. Casey, this time. I don't raise money all the time, Casey. I never do this, actually. The only time I've ever asked for help was when Nexstar sued me in March of 2022. And then now. And this is our last hump of this shit because I've learned. I've learned. Terabytes. Yeah, the terabyte guy. Well, we are live tonight at 7. We are going to be taking your calls, and we're going to talk about Koberger's alibi. I was driving around all night. Oh. Yikes. I hope so, guys. I hope so. Angie, thank you for your donation. Everybody. So, I guess basically, was he saying it was Rex without saying it was Rex? I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Casey. Checking email. Oh my gosh, Kristen and Carrie, thank you so much for your donations. I just saw your PayPal. Thank you. I think we'll get there, guys. I think we'll get there. And then you guys, everybody who donates, I will send you a special gift. I promise I will. And Tiffany, you sent me the nicest email today about cried. I want to read the last line of Tough Tiff's email to me. She said, I'm just grateful you fell into my YouTube world when you did. Like it or not, YouTube does get it right sometimes. I thought that was really sweet. They do. They get it right a lot of times because I've got all of you guys here. And Jenny W., I don't know if Jenny W. is here. I did not get a hollow book. I don't know what that is. But Mike Z., I want to thank you for your contribution as well. Here we go. Thank you, Sammy. Sammy. All right, we're going to read through this Newsday article. I'm confused. I don't even understand. I mean, they identified someone, but like, I think they're just trying to be more transparent, is what I think. What, this is behind a paywall? Come on. Serious? I can't read it, Sammy. The shit's behind a paywall. Don't pop up. Don't pop up. It did. I can't read it. I can't read it. Bye, General. Have a great day. Newsday says DA. Okay, Google Newsday. All right. Let's try it that way. I think we're going to get... It's a quarter. I don't want to pay a quarter. I can't read it, babe. I can't. I can't. Who's Valerie Mack? Is that the... Oh my God. I can't read Newsday. Holy shiz.
Yeah, responsible for this. But how do you know the person that's out?
Yeah.
I always get nervous with Randy because he's a high-paid defense attorney.
Yeah, I can't read it. Sorry, guys. Epic fail. Epic fail. There was really nothing to share then. Hey, Kendi. No, I know you're not lying. I know you're not lying. Diabolic the Monster, new subscriber here. Thank you for subscribing, Diabolic, and thanks for being here. This was an unplanned live. So he said 3. And I believe you, Samantha. I just think that they're just not ready because they probably haven't notified next of kin or something like that. So while we are here, I would like to go over something since we're live anyways. And I can put a video out on it later. I can record. But let's check out something that I wanted to go over. This is some Florida news, guys. Mike Sanner actually sent me this. And, oh, here, look.
Approximately 15 years later, on April 11, 2011, additional remains consisting of a skull were discovered at
This is a picture of her.
Approximately 15 years later,
Damn it. I'm just not, it's not working out for me today. It isn't working out for me. Hold on. Go to my watch later. I know you can't see. It was the thumbnail and then it went away. I was like, whatever. All right, this is one of them. Okay, we're going to switch gears for a sec. If you guys are cool with that. And we're going to
conversations with many pilots where they were in intelligence.
I am not having good luck today, guys. Okay, here we go. Let me get this up on the screen for you. Sorry. Definitely was not prepared this morning. Okay, so this is a horrific case. And this is a case, I believe, out of California, but the girl is from Washington State. So she was kidnapped and held in a cinder block cell. Now, this is big news, guys, because since they announced this, they have set up an entire tip line for other victims to call in to report. So this is something that they think is way bigger, is what I'm imagining. So I'm going to play the press conference, and then we're going to talk, and then we're going to go through the info about how they think there could be more victims and stuff. And this girl was kidnapped from Seattle. So let's watch this presser. It's about 10 minutes long.
Good morning. Again, my name is Captain Rob Reynolds. I'm with the Glen Falls Police Department.
Oh, Glen Falls. I'm sorry. This is Glen Falls. Glen Falls, Oregon, or Idaho or Oregon? Where's Glen Falls? Fuck. Oregon? He drove her from Seattle, hundreds of miles from Seattle to his home in Oregon. Okay.
Day in question, our investigators had made contact with the victim, and what happened is we learned that she was from Seattle, Washington, and that she had been abducted up there. The suspect had transported her down to Klamath Falls, Oregon, which is probably about a 7-hour drive from Seattle, give or take. And during that time, she was also sexually assaulted. Also during that time, she was taken to a residence in Klamath Falls, Oregon, where there was a makeshift cell, if you will. And he had actually locked her in there for a couple hours at least until she realized that she needed to get out of that residence because her life was in danger. And she took the substantial steps to force her way out of that cell, and then she ran out into public, flagged down the first vehicle she could find, and then she was taken to safety. Then 911 was called, and then when we responded to help her. We learned that what happened during that time. Sorry, planes. During that time, the officers learned that she had gone through quite a great ordeal. There's potential of additional victims out there. We're asking today for people to come forward that might had contact with Mr. Zuberi during contact. Obviously, not just in our jurisdiction, but from all over the country, wherever he lived previously. We do know that it's an active investigation. We can't say too much, but what we like to say is that the victim, if she didn't do what she did, we wouldn't be here today, and Mrs. Zuberi would not be in custody. So I want to personally thank her for her bravery of what she did to get through that ordeal and get to where she needed to be today. We do want to also let you know that there are also victim services that the FBI is going to be providing on their website, and that information will be
Wait till the lady comes up and talks.
And that we want to make sure that any additional
I'm going to
victims
grab
come
some
forward,
coffee,
that those
guys.
services are going to be provided to them, and they're going to be taken care of. With that.
The FBI and our partners, to include Oregon State Police, acted quickly and were able to safely track down Mr. Zuberi within hours of his efforts to evade law enforcement. Our partners at the Reno Police Department, Nevada State Police, and Las Vegas FBI safely captured him after a 45-minute standoff in a public parking lot at a major shopping center in Nevada with no injuries to themselves or others. Assistant United States Attorney Nate Lavarchek will now discuss any prosecutorial actions in this case.
Good morning. My name is Nate Lavarchek from the U.S. Attorney's Office. I'm an assistant U.S. attorney here in Oregon, and I'm the branch chief who supervises our Eugene and Medford offices. To add to what's already been said, on July 17th, we obtained a federal criminal complaint charging Mr. Zuberi with one count of interstate kidnapping. That charge carries with it a maximum sentence of up to life in federal prison. The court recently unsealed that criminal complaint, which lays out the probable cause supporting the charge. I do want to note that that is a charge, and just that. It's an accusation of a crime, and Mr. Zuberi is presumed innocent until he's proven guilty. After law enforcement arrested him in Nevada, he appeared in federal court there in front of a judge on July 26th, and that judge in Reno ordered him detained pending his transfer to Oregon. The U.S. Marshals Service is now in the process of bringing him back to Oregon to face the kidnapping charge, and we anticipate that he'll appear in federal court in Medford, Oregon, in the coming weeks. At that hearing, our office will seek his continued detention and argue that he is a flight risk and a danger to the community. This is an ongoing investigation. I'm not able to offer any more than that, but what I do want to offer is my compliments and the collaboration and the efforts of our federal, state, and local partners, including FBI, the Klamath Falls Police Department, Klamath County District Attorney's Office, Detention, Oregon State Police, Reno Police Department, and the Washoe County, Nevada District Attorney's Office, who all moved quickly and in coordination with each other to apprehend
Thank you so much.
Mr. Zuberi. So with that, I'll hand it back to FBI ASAC Stephanie Shark. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you so much, Shell.
Thank you.
Potato.
Our investigation has continued vigorously over the past 2 weeks since Zuberi's arrest, extending into multiple states where he resided from August 2016 and to the present. Those states include Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, New York, New Jersey, Alabama, and Florida.
Oh my God.
To date, Zuberi has been linked to at least 4 sexual assaults in 4 other states. We believe there may be more victims. Victims may know Zuberi by the name Sakima, and it is believed he may have used several different methods to gain control of his victims, to include drugging their drinks and impersonating a law enforcement officer.
Whoa.
Today, the FBI has launched a Seeking Victims website to help us identify potential victims. If you believe you or someone you know has been a victim of or has any information about Zubairi, please visit the website fbi.gov/Sakima victims or call 1-800-CALL-FBI. At this time, I would like to turn it over to my colleague from the Oregon Attorney General's office for a few comments.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John Castellino, and I'm Assistant Attorney General with the Oregon Department of Justice. Currently, the Klamath County District Attorney's Office is being managed by Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum, and I am managing it on her behalf. I'm thankful for the swift action of our federal partners. I'm also thankful for the directed and precise action of law enforcement in Klamath County. And it's our hope in this press conference today that you can help us identify additional victims who may have suffered similar fates to the victim in the federal case.
I think we're like $300 away now, guys.
Finally, I want to thank the brave women who fought for their lives to get us where we are here today. Now it is our turn to take their burden and fight for them, any other victims out there, and seek justice. Thank you. At this time, we will take just a few questions.
So those 4 other sexual assaults, what states did those occur in? Did it happen here in Oregon, California, what states?
Aside from the one that we're discussing here in Oregon, because those are active investigations, we're not going to name the states at the time. I'm sorry. The victim was held in the cell a few hours before she escaped.
Speaking of that cell, obviously it appears it's not hidden. It's in this garage. So what role, if any, did his wife play in this?
He has a wife?
Due to the ongoing nature of the investigation, we can't go into those details. We're still uncovering a lot.
Look at that hellhole.
Not at this point, no.
How is the victim doing? Have you heard anything about her condition?
The victim is strong and courageous, and right now she is physically okay. And we are working with her through our victim services department to make sure that she has whatever resources she needs to continue to be resilient.
Have you already identified other victims at this time?
Just the 4 that I mentioned, but we will not go into their names or locations right now.
Has there been charges in those other 4 sex assaults?
Not at this time.
Who was the person that she flagged down when she managed to escape?
We are not releasing that information right now.
He looks so young.
Sure. For that, I'm going to defer to my colleague from the Klamath Falls Police Department.
Wait for it. This is how I think he's going to tell how she got out.
So the victim, when she was trying to escape the cell itself, she had repeatedly punched it with her own hands, and she had several lacerations along her knuckles from doing so.
You know how long it took for her to escape?
That I don't know.
How was she able to get out? Was it locked? How was she able to...
It was locked. Again, because of her ability and her survival mindset, this was a screen door. She punched it several times to break the welds, ripped the screen down, and she crawled through a small space to get out of that place because she knew something bad was going to happen to her.
Is Zubairi from Oregon or a different part of the country?
That I don't know. I'd have to refer to my colleagues here.
I does not believe he is from Oregon. He has only been in the state a few months at this time.
Does he have a job? Does he do anything for work to make money?
We're going to let you guys do your investigation into that. We're not going to release any of those details.
Do you know if his wife or children were home at the time this woman was placed in the cell?
I cannot rely.
Do you have an estimate on how many other victims there might be?
Unfortunately, we do not. And our concern is based off of the information that has been made public in the complaint and released, that there is escalation of violence and intent. And so we are concerned that if we work backwards, we're going to find, unfortunately, numerous victims, which is why we are actually seeking your guys' help to do that.
Thank you so much.
We do not know. This is one of those cases where again, a lot of times we'll get a case and we'll think it is what it is on its face. And the more we look into this case, the more we can become concerned as law enforcement that there may be more that we're missing. And so that's why right now we are still at the infancy stages of the investigation. We can't answer a lot of questions, and we really want to seek the assistance from victims, because that's what's really important here, is making sure that anybody else who may have information to help us knows how to get in touch with us. So please pass along the website.
Any indication that this suspect is tied to the other two women that were found dead in the Portland area that have not been attached to the other serial killer that's under investigation?
Oh, at this time, there is absolutely no information to indicate any links between.
Thank you,
these
Linda.
matters.
Linda just Venmo'd.
I mean, at this time, his charges will be in Medford, but we'll have to see where this investigation goes. We're still in the very early stages, and we appreciate all of you guys taking time out of your day to come here and help us with this. Thank you so much.
All right, so a very bizarre investigation, and viewer discretion advised as I do go over some of the details we know here. But the FBI, they're holding a news
Look
conference
at that room.
as they look for potential victims.
So the FBI right now set up a special website just for this. This is huge. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at an article. I want to thank everybody. We are under $300 that we need. And if I can pay it today, you guys, I will be forever grateful to be able to have this weight lifted off of me that I've had since March of 2022. It's no joke. Started out with 2 million. I'm grateful that it didn't end up 2 million. But I am just ecstatic to have this off of my chest. And without the help of you guys, I could have never, ever, ever pulled it off. Ever. All right, so here is an article on this same story, which I found so disturbing. He poses an undercover cop to kidnap her. Drove her hundreds of miles to his home in Oregon, which the guy said he's only been there for a little bit. His name is Nagasi Zuberi. And what really intrigued me was that she said, you guys will have to do your homework on what his job was. So I guess she's basically saying he's a trafficker. I don't know what else to take from that. What do you think she meant by that? Here, this is the Department of Justice. Federal grand jury in Portland returned an indictment. So it was a grand jury charging a Klamath Falls, Oregon man with kidnapping and sexually assaulting a Seattle woman and forcing her into a makeshift cell he constructed in his garage. Thank you so much, Globalism. I know you're newer here, so I really want to thank you for being supportive. Nagasi Zuberi, 29, also known as Sakima, Justin Hike, and Justin Kuwazi. He's got tons of names. We're going to Google them all. Has been charged with interstate kidnapping and transporting an individual across state lines with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. According to court documents, on July 15th, Zuberi was in Seattle when he is alleged to have posed as a police officer, pointed a taser at an adult woman, placed her in handcuffs, and forced her in the backseat of his vehicle. He then transported the woman approximately 450 miles back to his home in Klamath Falls, stopping along the way to sexually assault her and cover her face with a sweatshirt. When Zuberi arrived at his residence, he moved the woman from his vehicle into a makeshift cell that he constructed in his garage. The woman repeatedly banged on the cell door until it broke open and she escaped. She retrieved a handgun from Zuberi's vehicle, fled his garage, and flagged down a passing motorist who called 911. Can you imagine? That sounds like a movie. The next day, on July 16th, 2 Nevada State Patrol officers located Zuberi in a retail parking lot in Reno, Nevada. So he left her in Oregon and went to Nevada. After a short standoff, Zuberi surrendered to law enforcement and was taken into custody. On July 26, Zuberi made his first appearance in federal court in front of the magistrate in Nevada. He was ordered detained pending his transfer to Oregon. Interstate kidnapping is punishable by life in federal prison, and transporting an individual across state lines with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity is punishable by up to 10 years. That's it, in federal prison. This case was investigated by the FBI Portland, Klamath Falls Police, Oregon State Police, U.S. Attorney's Office, Klamath County District Attorney's Office, Reno, Nevada Police, Washoe County, Nevada District Attorney's Office, and Nevada State Police. Assistant U.S. Attorney John C. Brazel is prosecuting the case for the District of Oregon. An indictment is only an accusation, and the defendant is proven innocent to proven guilty. Oh my God, 10 different states, you guys. He's lived in 10 different states over the last 10 years. He's only, 29? So since he was 19, he's lived in 10 states. California, Washington, Oregon, Colorado, Utah, Florida, New York, New Jersey, Alabama, and Nevada. And if you know someone who has been affected by this guy, visit fbi.gov, Sakima victims. And we're going to go there and see what that looks like. Sakima has used different methods to gain control of his victims, including drugging their drinks, pretending to be a police officer, and soliciting the services of sex workers and then violently assaulting them. Some of the encounters may have been filmed to make it appear as if the assault was consensual. The victims are threatened with retaliation if they notify police. If you and your minor dependents were victimized by Nagasi Zuberi Sakima, please fill out this short form. That is so creepy. Look at this. How did you come in contact with Sakima? What car was he driving? Did he make any specific demands? Were you restrained? If so, how? Did he make any specific threats to you? Were any weapons displayed? This is a bad, bad dude. Bad. Bad, bad dude. All right, let's look up his fake names and see if anything comes up. They've probably removed it all by now, but... let's see. We got a Facebook profile here. What? Are these all him? Look at Berkeley, Birmingham, Alabama. Remembering this guy's dead? He uses an alias of someone who's dead. That's fucking weird. That's really weird. Here's a better picture of him. Ugh, scary. And he can't be doing this alone. This guy says right here, if anyone knows how to get in touch with Holly Lester's family, could you please pass this link? I believe this could be the suspect responsible for her murder, based off one of his pseudonyms, Justin Hike. Holly Lester. Let's look up her murder. Missing. Oh my God. Missing Seattle woman found dead in Columbia River. This is from 2017. Hood River, Oregon. A 27-year-old woman from Seattle reported missing last month was found dead in the Columbia River at Hood River Monday night. She was last seen near the port of Hood River on March 15th. Police said at the time she was distraught and had a history of depression. According to police, Lester had spent several months traveling with her boyfriend and another man. Who's the other man? That's her. Oh my God. Mother unpacked son's lunch from daycare and found this note from his teacher. I can't. All right. Well, that's odd. This guy thinks that it could be related. Let's see if there's anything else. What's this? Wait, what is this? Operation Takeover. Leave phone at home. Make sure they don't have a bunch of people in their life. You don't want any type of investigation. There are apps you can download that will alert your family if you're in distress. So this is from his notebook, I guess. Operation Takeover. It says, leave phone at home. Make sure they don't have a bunch of people in their life. You don't want any type of investigation. Dig a hole straight down 100 feet. And then he has down here, concrete block, rubber coat, foam insulation, waterproof concrete. This is his diagram for his cinder block room. This is terrifying. We have Kendi, Carrie, Angie B, and Marie coming in hot. Let's see. Wow. You guys, we need like $200 more and that's it. And I can pay this shit today. Oh, Melissa B. I love your shirt. Oh, Melissa B, you're so beautiful. Let me know if I can show your picture. She got her J for J shirt. Oh, she's so beautiful. I love the tie-dye. You guys, I love that you're showing off your merch. It's awesome. If there are other dudes involved, they are for sure scattering like roaches right now. Yeah, I mean, how could he do it by himself? Hey, Brandon. They need to find all his buddies. For sure, for sure. You guys are amazing. There's the room. Ugh. I mean, he couldn't even wait to get her back to his house to assault her. And acting like a cop? Okay, so he lived with a wife. I wonder if he had any kids. This is Justin Hike, the one that died. Ew, here's another picture. Nice houndstooth shirt. Like, where is that from? Where did they give him a houndstooth shirt with a fucking pink collar? I'm good, Brandon. How are you? Owl, you can PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Thank you. Appreciate you. Where is this shirt from? Something tells me we need to find out if he has a record, but there's so many states. How do you have time to search all of those states, you know? 111 viewers. Make a wish, guys. 111. That means good luck. So wifey poo did never come in the basement and see that he's stacked up cinder blocks. And just by looking at this, look up by the garage door opener. Here, let's zoom in. This is sick. Another case, with sex workers. And I'm glad that they're now not just being like, oh, they're just sex workers. They don't matter. But look up here. How is that even soundproof? It looks, see the wood at the top? It seems like if she was screaming and knocking and banging on that door, they would hear it. I mean, how would you, this is in the garage, not even the basement. My bad. This is the garage. I mean, your husband stacks up cinder blocks with a door and you don't wonder why? Unless she's abused and she was scared to ask. But man, I don't know. That's just...
Like, what the fuck is this? And everybody's like, what the fuck is this?
All right, so that is our first wowza of the day. Let's look up Justin Kouassi. Let's see if we can find anything. Here's a Facebook. Let's see who it is. Justin Kouassi. Doesn't look like the same guy, but it ain't him. He posted yesterday. Where do they get these names from? Nevada Track and Field? Justin Kouassi. Track and Field. I think he's using other people's names. Scary. If you live in Oregon and you've seen this man, the victim suffered lacerations to her hands, but police say she's physically okay. Can you imagine? She escaped after a few hours by repeatedly punching the door until it came loose. That door that we saw was like a hollow. It looks like a hollow door from Home Depot. Let's see if we can find his wife. Here's their house. Here's a picture of their house. Oh, listen to this. The neighbor of a man accused of kidnapping, essaying, and holding a woman captive in his Oregon garage said Wednesday that nothing seemed out of the ordinary at their home and that the suspect once saved her pet during a near-lethal dog fight. He has 2 children. He moved to the quiet suburban neighborhood in Klamath Falls with his wife and 2 children roughly 6 months ago. Neighbor Melanie McClure told NBC News. There's a fan in there. McClure is an occupational therapist who lives next door. And when she introduced herself to him, he identified himself as Sakima and said he just moved to the area from Colorado. His wife was a very sweet mother who had no idea about her husband's alleged crimes, she said. How could you live with this guy and not know about the thing in the garage? He used a taser. He restrained her with handcuffs and leg irons. Details about his wife are unknown. Wow. 2 children. Holy crap. See, now that's where I think authorities need to step in and be like, check on the wife, check on the kids. Oh, absolutely. Check on the wife, check on the kids, make sure they, get away and can stay away and, survive without him. Let me check. SJM, thank you for helping. Thank you so much. I did get it. Thank you. Like, I hope they're following up on them, on the kids and the mom. Because that's just messed up. I can't imagine what kind of person he was to live with if he could do this to another human being or, to other women. All right, so now we're going to get into a story out of Florida. Okay, and we have another suitcase murder, believe it or not. And don't adjust your sets. Their camera's just cockeyed. You love that? Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So this is, crazy. Put this little video together for y'all. And this is a guy who murdered his wife and cut her up with a chainsaw, stuffed her in suitcases, and dumped her in the Intercoastal Waterway in Florida. People saw him do it. The man is 79 years old, I believe. Yes, the guy we were just covering, yes, he's in jail. But they're looking for other people that may have been affected. Hello, Donna Wheeler. Donna, what, Wheeler? It's Friday, guys. It means extra long live for you this morning. All right, here is the suitcase murder, the latest one of Florida.
As you all know, on July 21st, 2023, the Delray Beach Police Department received a call from a subject stating they found a suitcase in the Intercoastal Waterway which contained human remains. On this same date, 2 other suitcases were located in the Intercoastal Waterway of Delray Beach. Detectives worked through the evening and into the early morning hours. On July 22nd, a multi-agency marine operation was conducted in search for additional bags. Detectives located 2 additional bags in the Intercoastal Waterway within the city limits of Delray Beach. Over the next several days, detectives conducted neighborhood canvasses and developed multiple witnesses that were able to supply information in reference to a vehicle and a subject that was seen in the area multiple times prior to the suitcases being located. Video surveillance was collected from multiple sources, and detectives were able to confirm the statements made by these witnesses. A vehicle tag was obtained, which led us to a subject that lived in the immediate vicinity of the area where the suitcases were located. That subject was identified as William Lowe, Jr. Numerous search warrants were authored and executed, and dental records were obtained from this address. Detectives were able to then confirm the identity of our victim as Ideal Barbosa Fontes. Additional evidence was obtained from this residence, which led officers to a storage unit where they located a chainsaw that they believe was used in this crime. Probable cause was developed and an arrest warrant was walked through yesterday afternoon for the defendant, William Lowe, Jr. Mr. Lowe was taken into custody last night by the Delray Beach Police Department and charged with first-degree murder and improper dismemberment of a human body. Mr. Lowe attended first appearance this morning and was not granted a bond. In closing, it is important for myself and the members of the Investigation Division, as well as the Delray Beach Police Department, to express our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Mrs. Barbosa Fontes. Thank you.
Can you describe what he told you, why he would do something as heinous as this?
The defendant obtained counsel and did not give a statement.
Do you all believe there was anyone else involved?
We do not at this time.
Any idea about a motive?
We do not.
Is there any indication that the victim had any health issues or cognitive issues?
We do not have that.
So can you walk us through a little
Thank you, Allison.
how you determined this was the guy?
As I mentioned, the witnesses supplied us information of the subject in the area. We collected video surveillance from the area. We obtained a tag. That tag led us to that address. When we did a search of who resides at that address, It was seen that Miss Barbosa resides at that address. There was also a airline scan code within one of the suitcases that came back to an A. Barbosa, missing a character, so it was Ontes. And then we saw that Fontes, Fonte.
The guy didn't even take the tags off the suitcases before throwing them in the water. Now, if you guys know, the Intercoastal Waterway is separate from the ocean. So, like, there's always a bridge that goes over the Intercoastal. It's like a waterway from the ocean, but it's not actually the ocean. So, I don't think those suitcases would have made their way out of the Intercoastal. Carrie H., member for a month. She says, so glad I found your channel. Thank you for always trying to stick to the facts and debunking some of the crazy stuff out there. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Carrie H. Thank you guys all for your support. Yeah, so he left these tags on. Stupid criminals, for sure. You guys are awesome.
Us lived at that address.
Do you have anyone who actually saw him place the suitcases in the Intercoastal Waterway?
At this time, no.
So you said you don't have an idea about a motive, but we did read in the documents that there was a mention of him giving flowers to a neighbor. Does that play a role at all in this?
At this time, I don't feel that's related.
Oh, that reporter just said there's a report that he gave flowers to a neighbor. Was this old man having an affair?
I also read in the probable cause affidavit that her sister lived in the same apartment complex. Have you talked to the sister?
The condo upstairs was his sister's condo. She has not been there in 3 years.
Okay, so get this, guys. The condo upstairs is rented by his sister. She hasn't been there in 3 years, but you know what they found? They found drag marks where he dragged his wife's body from the condo downstairs to the condo upstairs. That's in the sister's name.
He had access to that condo as well.
So you've talked to her?
We have not made contact with her.
Did you identify the suspect before you identified the victim, or the victim before you identified the suspect?
The suspect before the victim.
Can you talk to us a little about the state of inside that condo or that apartment when you guys walked in there? Can you talk to us a little about, what you found there? Was it obvious that there had been a crime occurred?
Yes, there was evidence that a crime occurred.
And that's because you walked in and there was blood splatter everywhere, or how was?
There was blood spatter in the apartment.
So you contend he killed her in the apartment, then he cut the body up into pieces and put it into 5 different suitcases?
Correct.
And did he dump them all at one time in the Intercoastal? Or did he do one and come back hours later and put another one?
I don't have an answer to that.
It is 3 or 5 bags.
I'm sorry?
3 or 5 bags.
5 bags total.
5 bags.
Suitcases, right?
Correct.
How many suitcases?
3 suitcases, a tote type purse, and a smaller purse.
How many locations did you find a chainsaw? Where?
How many locations?
Was there one in the storage area or just the apartment?
No, there was just one chainsaw in the storage unit.
Okay, get this.
Do you believe at this point that you found all the suitcases?
Get this. The chainsaw still had flesh and the victim's hair. Donna Wheeler, I was waiting for someone to pick up on that. The sister hasn't been to the condo in 3 years, and they haven't made contact with her. Where's the sister? Did he kill her too? I mean, this man's old.
Yes.
Do you believe this is the first time he's done something like this?
I can't answer that question. I do not know.
Do you think this is the first time he's done something like this? I can't answer that question. I do not know. He does not know.
I don't know.
That's not a good answer. That means possibly yes. And they can't say it yet. Yikesies. Or was the wife having an affair? Potato says he clearly wasn't worried she was going to come back if he dragged his wife up there. Right? He didn't have any worries, that's for sure.
His cause of death? Her cause of death?
Wait.
Gunshot wound to the head.
Did you recover the gun?
Gunshot wound to the head. He freaking shot her in the freaking head. His wife. And you got to love Florida press conferences because we get a lot. We get a lot. And we've got Amber Fry, FBI, on the far left.
To the head.
Did you recover the gun?
We recovered a gun.
So his attorney this morning said this guy is totally innocent. He vehemently denies any allegations about this. He said he's a decorated Vietnam War veteran who received a Purple Heart. How certain are you that you have the right person?
I am very certain I have the right person.
And how?
Based on the evidence that I have.
Can you specifically say what evidence makes?
I don't want to get into the full evidence. The probable cause affidavit will be released to you all, and you could get that from
Hey,
there.
Briggs.
How long have they been married? How long were they married?
Approximately 15 years.
Was there ever a call to that apartment for problems between them as a couple, or?
No.
And I know you said you don't know a motive, but I mean, maybe you can speak on this, but I don't know what would motivate you to do this. I mean, this was no small task. Not only was she shot, but then dismembered, which is no easy task, and then put into, talk about what type of person that is.
I'm not a psychologist. I can't answer that question.
Can you describe his demeanor when you questioned him?
He seemed very nervous.
Was he surprised you found him?
No.
Where did you make the arrest? Can you describe the arrest?
I'm not really sure where the vehicle was stopped yesterday. I'm not sure where the vehicle was stopped at.
Do you know if he got the body in the apartment or maybe in a storage? Do you guys know the location where the body was got?
We believe it was the residence.
Can you talk about it in the probable cause affidavit? It talks about catching him coming back into the home through a back window. Can you talk about what
Listen to
happened?
this.
There was a search going on.
He climbed in a window.
Yes, so we were holding, we were there for approximately 18 hours. We were still processing his residence. We were holding the residence. There were officers on scene. He arrived on scene and tried to enter the house through the rear window, at which time officers grabbed him. And he stated that he knew he wasn't supposed to be there. He just wanted to get his phone as well as the keys to his storage unit.
Is that how you learned about a possible storage unit?
Yes.
What an idiot. So he came back to the house, got caught climbing through the back window to get his phone and the keys to the storage unit. Good morning, Lucia.
5 more questions. 5 more questions.
And when did that happen?
When did that happen?
How close to the arrest? Was that the same day?
It was not last night, but the evening before.
Do you guys know the date of the shooting? The
No.
17th or the 20th?
We do not.
Did anyone at the storage unit report seeing him with the chainsaw at any point?
No, they just reported him arriving at the storage unit around the same time prior to us finding the suitcases, and said his demeanor was very odd.
Was the request to the community to give you information, was that helpful in this investigation? Did that play a serious role?
It did.
Can you explain how?
As I mentioned earlier, the people that lived in the area, witnesses, told us that they saw him in the area multiple times. They had video surveillance that they supplied us with. They led us to other neighbors that also saw him in the area, as well as a house that was diagonal from where the suitcase was found, which we were able to obtain video from that house as well.
You said you had the tag number. I've read the thing, but it's been a couple of hours. Which vehicle did you get the tag number for?
The same vehicle we saw in the video surveillance.
I'm
that the
kidding. It's
neighbors
not
described.
Amber Fry. Just looks like
What was
her.
that?
It was a gold Ford Taurus.
And that was his car?
Correct.
So that's how you were able to determine where the victim lived?
Correct.
Do you all have a message to the community who might be sort of shaken by the details of this crime in Delray Beach?
I think this was an isolated incident. I think the city of Delray Beach is a very safe area to live, and I would not be concerned with further incidents like this from this individual. Or that's my message.
How do you characterize what he did? I mean, you've been doing this a while. How does this compare to anything else you've seen in terms of violence and crime?
I'd say this is probably the worst I've seen.
Why?
Because he dismembered a body.
Thank you, Audra D.
Thank you, everyone.
Wait, what did he just say?
Is any evidence?
He's like, because he dismembered a body. What was the question?
Dismembered a body.
How does this compare to anything else you've seen in terms of violence and crime?
I'd say this is probably the worst I've seen.
Why?
Because he dismembered a body.
I'd say this is the worst I've ever seen. Why? Because he dismembered a body. Tracy V, thank you for upping your Patreon. We got to celebrate Tracy V, doing this last night. La, 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 la. Thank you, Tracy. You guys are awesome. It does look like Amber Fry. And guess what? I read something the other day in the official trial transcripts of Scott Peterson, and it said that they knew about Amber Fry before Amber Fry came forward. So I don't believe for one hot minute that Amber Fry came forward out of the goodness of her heart. I think cops knew about her and they needed her to bust him. And after reading some of the trial transcripts, I believe that Scott Peterson is guilty. Can't believe I'm saying that, but I do. I do. I've always been like, oh, Scott Peterson, no. I think he did it. And it's because I read the official trial transcripts. We can't hear you, Jay. Love Elaine from Yorkshire, UK. If you can't hear me, you should probably exit and come back in because the sound is fine. I'm loud and clear. You guys, I think we are almost to our goal. I have to figure it all out, but thank you so much. Let me see if there's anyone that I missed. But this is crazy, right? And then also, I put a video up yesterday about the one in Florida where the lawyer went missing and he was found deceased. Or not found deceased, but they found a bunch of blood. And that guy is on trial for getting the death penalty. And that starts in October of this year, right here in Clearwater, in my backyard. Thank you for subscribing, Aaron. You guys are awesome sauce. I'm going to break these down into quickies so that we can get them up and watch them just each video. So I want to thank you guys for joining. We're doing a call-in show tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. Brian Koberger says he was out driving. He wasn't out running. He was driving. Whoever said that is right. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to take your calls. I want to know what you guys think. If you think it's ridiculous, if you think that it's explainable, I want to hear from you. So tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, when this ends, after you guys dance it out, you will be redirected to tonight's live where you can click that notification bell, go about your day, and you'll be notified 30 minutes before. You lived 5 minutes from the courthouse when Scott Peterson was on trial. Wow. Did you see the media shit show? And I want to thank everyone who's left voicemails. We've got tons of them to go through. I'm going to be making videos with your comments. So when we're not doing a live, call 727-755-6001 and leave us your thoughts. Leave us your theories of any case. Leave us a case suggestion. And we might use your call in a video or a live. So, all right, guys, I'm out. Enjoy the credits and then dance it out. And I'll see you guys 7 p.m. sharp tonight. Thanks again, all you guys. Hopefully I can get that payment made today. And tonight, celebrate with you guys that it's all over. I love you. Thank you so much. See you tonight. Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true crime content. And if that's not enough, you can join our Patreon. Don't have a tinfoil hat? It's okay. We'll make you one. It's that easy. See you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
Tamper.
She said, we came home, we're planting flowers on the side of the house.
So there's a lot of butt joints that we have to cover, and I'm like, Dudley, let's do butt joints together because I don't want to have to do them all by myself.
In the name of Jesus, Father God, Lord.
Feels unreal, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, Eddie,
what have you done for me lately?
One Jennifer or two Jennifer?
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Bye, Jennifer.